Good afternoon, good evening, and good night, and welcome to Throwbacks, where we talk all things cool and retro. Today we've got some retro goodness for you. We've got some figures from the brand new G.I. Joe retro line. So, these are basically, I don't want to say repacks, but, maybe some of them are doctored up, maybe some of them aren't, maybe they got some different accessories, but it's a new wave of G.I. Joe Classified, which I'm excited about. I missed out on Dr. Mindbender because I didn't want to pay big bucks for him before with all those little, beakers and lab equipment and whatnot. I just wanted good old Doc M, and got this Viper. Got a couple Vipers, actually. Got the version of rock and roll that we all needed, and finally got a Snow Serpent, which isn't new at this point, but I haven't opened him yet, so we'll give a look at him anyway. So let's get going. First, we're going to look at Dr. Mindbender, everybody's favorite crazy orthodontist slash brain dude with the and master of mind control, knowing it's half the battle. Has that been on there? I just noticed that. Oh well. But there is his file card, and you can save that if you want. Here's everybody else in this wave, which I do have right here today. And there's the good doctor with all his shirtless monocle wearing glory. And he comes with some stuff and things, and we're gonna take a look. So let's open him up. And there is Dr. Mindbender, all free of his plastic prison, and he looks good. Exactly what you'd want in a Dr. Mindbender, with the purple pants and crazy, whatever, metal suspenders and whatever the heck. And, when you're that jacked, are you going to wear a shirt? Because, I wouldn't. So, no hate there. And you got to love his stash. And, hold on to these little monocles with just sticking it in your eye like that. That's hard to do. Got to give him some props for that, too. And never did know what those are, but pretty cool, pretty accurate to his, vintage figure. So there he is. And what did he come with? He comes with a bunch of stuff. And one thing, he comes with a stand. All these figures come with stands, which, thank goodness, because half of them can't stand up. Let's be honest, they can't. And he comes with, was that thing that rinse your mouth out when you're at the dentist? What is it, where that is? And looks like a bug light lamp, maybe? No. And it comes with a couple pistols. And, that looks like, when you're giving, like, tetanus shots or, and, blowtorch, maybe? I'm not sure. And a little wiggly thing to connect A to B to Z. So that is Dr. Mindbender. Next, we're going to look at the original G.I. Joe machine gunner Craig Rock and Roll McConnell. And he is pretty cool. This is exactly what they should have released a couple years ago. But let's take a look at his file card. There it is if you want to read it. And let's get him open. And there he is out of there, looking like I wanted him to look originally. But what do you do? Here is his machine gun, looking cool, with his little hook-on ammo there, and the ammo belt. It comes with a radio, an almost correct helmet, 2 extra fists, like that one, of course, and a stand, which they all should come with, because they can't hardly stand. But he feels good coming out of the package. He looks okay with his updated, kind of modernized helmet, which I'm not super on board with, but I get it. I'm glad he didn't come with a backpack for me to lose. But, he feels nice out of the package. Looks the part. It's good, painted nicely. And, of course, he comes with all the bells and whistles and articulation that you might expect from a classified figure. And, I do have to mention he's in the retro line, because there was a rock and roll released already. If this is what you would have gotten at first, would you have just been happy with this? Because I know I would have. I wouldn't have needed a rock and roll on the retro line, but we'll talk about that later. And we've got the Cobra Cold Weather Specialist, Cobra Snow Serpent, which, you know, I always loved the original Snow Serpent back in the day. I thought they were pretty cool, came with some cool stuff. And, you know, living in Florida as a kid, you don't really get much snow play, so it was very much fantasy play for me. There is his file card, the other chaps in this line, and, you know, if you want to read all this, whatever that says, be my guest. But let's get him out of here. And there he is out of there. He comes with a cool stand, which is white, which is unique to him, I believe. Comes with some snowshoes. I didn't even see. It was like in the back of the package, like underneath him. Good old just chunk of plastic backpack. Some googles, 2 pew-pews, and a pretty cool looking little machine gun. So let's see. One thing I got to do is and by the way, he feels okay. I mean, he's not the greatest, and I just pulled him out of the package, so I'm scared to wiggle him around too much. But, you know, he stood up on his own. But I got to get these goggles on him somehow, man, because he just looks so goofy without the goggles. And yes, I know you're wearing this weird helmet that you can't see your eyes anyway, so why would he wear goggles? But that's what the original figure looked like. So that's what this one should look like. So there we go. So there he is. Pretty cool. I dig it. And last but not least, everybody's favorite army builder, the Cobra Viper, the Cobra Infantry Trooper, which kind of magically appeared out of nowhere in 1985. Or was it 86? I want to say 85. But anyway, there is his file card and some stuff and things and his wave buddies. And let's get him out of here. You got to bear with me about opening up these packages because they're kind of a bear compared to other packaging, so we're gonna not film that and waste all the time here. And there he is out of there, and he looks pretty cool, just as one would expect. He comes with a lot of stuff, which, you know, it's always good to get some added value for, you know, what's ultimately nearly $30. He comes with American, that is. He comes with 4 extra hands, which is cool. He comes with 2 rifles, a sidearm, a big old chunk of nothing backpack, a much needed stand, and the absolute thing you might as well go ahead and glue to his head now, goggles. Yep, it's the thing I hate about Vipers is they always want to lose their goggles. You know, the vintage figure had the right idea, just mold it onto the helmet. Because he's already got a faceplate. We need extra goggles for him. But there he is. That's how he's supposed to look. Pretty cool. What do you guys think? Did you get one of these? I got a couple myself. Pretty cool. And just a special added bonus, since I didn't get around to opening these 2 guys earlier, we're going to go ahead and open up these this Iron Grenadier and G.I. Joe Big Ben. So let's check them out. All right, Big Ben is part of Night Force, which, you know, whatever, he looks like Big Ben. It says some stuff on the back, not really anything important. And he is number 77, and it is notable that Big Ben is actually a British SAS soldier, so he's not, well, I guess he is part of G.I. Joe, but he's kind of like the exchange student, if you will. And there he is. He has a big old footlocker and nothing else. Always got to check these boxes. All right, what is he? Okay, David Big Ben Bennett. And he's number 77. It comes with a bunch of stuff in here. And this has some weight to it, so let's see what's in here. Oh, a bunch of stuff. Cool. All right, let me make sure I got everything before I throw it away. And he comes with, oh, what's this? That's interesting. Like a Mop 4 head, you know, like, you know, gas. And he's got his hood and gas mask on, so that brings back some memories. All right, he's got his ammo there for his. Is this a saw? Help me out here. What is this? No, it's not. Actually, looks like something kind of between a couple different things. I don't know, and I don't know what this is either. But I do believe this is an Uzi. All kind of sucks that this, you know, didn't get any paint. You know, nicely sculpted weapons. You know, not a lick of paint, though. I'm guessing that's a silencer and probably a magazine. And here he is. What do you guys think? Yeah, I think the sculpt looks well enough. You know, wasn't one of the more notable Joe characters, but he looks cool, and here he is. And lastly, real quick, we're going to open up this Iron Grenadier, which was part of Destro's separate faction from Cobra. I always liked the idea of that. Thought they looked pretty cool. Not sure if I like this guy's uniform, but we're going to take a look, and you guys tell me what you think. And he comes with a bunch of guns, a helmet, and a sword, which I do like the painted on red accents and gold accents. I think it looks really good, kind of brings a little something to it, and, you know, other than just leaving it plain black plastic. And he's pretty nice out of the package. He's got reused Crimson Guard legs as his legs. Kind of a weird face there. And I don't know about he's wearing like a shirt and a tie under there. That's weird. And I don't really like this whole coat thing going on. Like, you know, maybe this guy would have made like a good, like an Iron Grenadier officer or something, but just to have him be a plain Iron Grenadier, I don't know. And again, this is why they all need to come with little stands to stand on, because they're not real stably. But the one thing you can do to make him look like an actual Iron Grenadier is put the helmet on. And even that makes him look a little bit too fancy, you know, like he should be, you know, an officer, maybe a senior NCO. And it does look cool. It's a little different than you would think. I do like that. But just, he's a bit much, you know. Like, hopefully when they do the retro version of him, it'll be more kind of rank and file, dumbed down, less, you know, dress uniform kind of dude. But I digress. We're going to talk about that here. And here they all are out of their packages. And it's kind of funny that we are getting, you know, multiple versions of just, you know, basic characters and classified, not like, you know, the usual 10 Snake Eyes or 10 Cobra Commanders, you know, pretty much, you know, even a Viper's got like 3 different figures now. And just for the heck of it, here is Dr. Mindbender with his vintage self and a custom I made of one, since I never did get the 25th anniversary one. But I think he looks great. Looks like he should, and it's a great homage to the figure, to the character. It does him justice, and I dig it. And here is some Viper evolution for you, the vintage figure, 25th anniversary. I'm not sure what they called this one, but he came out a couple years ago, and he is significantly different to this one, which I'm glad I bought this one. He is much better, more faithful to the true Viper design. And we got rock and roll, we got straight arm rock and roll, swivel grip rock and roll, 25th anniversary rock and roll, and then we got this rock and roll that they released just not that long ago. Like, I want to say like a year ago, 2 years ago. But he kind of follows more like what rock and roll looked like in the comics in the early 2000s, which was fine if that's what you like, but I wanted, you know, the original 13 looking rock and roll, and you know, while not perfect, I think it gets the job done. So glad to have this figure. As for the Snow Serpent, there's the vintage 25th anniversary, which I always thought was very good, and the latest offering. There was another one, I think, that was a Hasbro Pulse exclusive, but I missed out on him because he was more money than I wanted to pay, and I'm very pleased with this one. He is definitely good enough. And the Iron Grenadier, you see what I mean about you know, looking just a little too fancified, you know, because there's the vintage one, you know, probably a lot plainer than people remember. 25th anniversary one looks very good, still holds up. And this fella, which, you know, like I said, just I would probably, I bet you $1 they're going to be in the retro line, and they're going to look more like this guy. But we'll wait. And I couldn't find any other figures to compare Big Ben to. I know I have that figure, just couldn't find him, so let's wrap this up. Now, I do think all these figures look great. I think Mindbender is my favorite because just such a good figure, and I've been waiting on this one for a while. You know, I mean, he's basically like one of the very top dogs in Cobra. You know, he's always been a staple character in the comics and the cartoon, both. So finally, you know, glad to have him. Iron Grenadier, you know, like I said, I'll wait on the retro line. Viper, I think they nailed it. Very good. You know, kudos to you guys. Yeah, let's see. Big Ben, you know, again, whatever. You know, he came out a while ago. I just finally got him because he was a little less, you know, saved a few bucks on him, so I went ahead and pulled the trigger. Snow Serpent, yeah, can't complain. Gets the job done. Would have been cool to maybe have like an entire removable helmet, but you know, it's cool. Comes with some good stuff. And rock and roll, you know, good enough. Did they nail it? Maybe. What do you guys think? But I do appreciate you guys watching this video and hanging out and watching the whole thing with me. We do have new content every day, so if you didn't like this one, maybe you'll like the one tomorrow. I don't know, but on behalf of me and Big Old Bad Brad, we're going to throw one back. And until next time, we'll see you.